Sentinel Online. Now loading the Beast Unleashed podcast.
This is Megatron, and you're listening to the Beast Unleashed podcast. Oh, yes.
This episode of the Beast Unleashed podcast features Stephen C. Phillips, Mike Blanchard, and Michael Wilson.
Hello and welcome to the world's first ever Beast Wars Beast Machines review podcast. This is the Beast Unleashed podcast, brought to you by the Geekcast Radio Network. I am your host, Steve Joe and Mike, and I'm joined by Pecan Court Michael. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going, and Steve fucking Barney Megatron.
I will kill you with a spoon, biatch.
Today we'll be reviewing the final 4 episodes of Beast Machines.
Yes.
How are you, Steve?
Excellent. Yes.
And Michael?
Hanging in there.
Yeah.
Like that little kitten on the 70s posters, you know? He's a little kitten just kind of hanging there. The hang in there kitten. You know that kitten's going to eventually follow its death, but for right now, it's just kind of hanging in there.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And you, sir, were victim of a really horrible, not horrible Halloween picture, but your kids have 2 different opinions when it comes to Halloween pictures, don't they?
Well, no, I mean, with little kids, it's difficult to get them to just look at the camera and smile at the same time. Sometimes they will, and sometimes they're just not paying attention, or they have this weird, cheesy-looking grin. It's very rare that you get a really good picture.
I don't know, and of course it'll be up to Michael if he wants me to do this. I may put this picture in the post, but there was a picture that his wife put on Facebook of him, them and their 2 kids. He's holding Aiden, she's holding Gavin. Aiden is the older boy. And Aiden is smiling from ear to ear, and Gavin has this frown on his face like, Mom, put me down already, damn it.
That's about what it probably was, yeah. I don't know, if they want to see it, it's on my Facebook page.
Okay, well.
Yeah. Not that big a deal, but yeah.
No, I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know if certain people only allow certain people to see photos of their stuff, so.
Oh,
because of the privacy settings and all that, so.
Yeah, I think I've got mine open.
Okay. So anyway, the final 4 episodes of Beast Machines, and we will start those next.
You won't believe this, Boss Monkey, but the tree hugger and I almost got jumped by a pile of junk!
Silverbolt and Black Arachnia just reported a similar incident. I want you back here on the double.
I gotta go, unless you need me to...
No! I'll be fine. After all, this is my field of dreams.
Great! As long as you're sure and all.
First up today is Spark of Darkness. In the wake of Megatron's demise, something horrible haunts the planet Cybertron.
Can anyone say deja vu?
I think I mentioned that last time everything's hunky-dory and we can all dance in the streets until Megatron comes back.
And my first note, Megatron's gone, party time! No, we must restore the sparks.
All work and no play makes Transformers all boring.
Silverbolt's like, am I never going to get laid? I mean, honestly, come on.
He's like, I've been a Viacon for so long. He says, I haven't had any bestiality going on.
Oh, wow.
V does stand for virgin.
Oh, wow. Oh, God.
Well, that's what happens when you become a Viacon. You're born again. All your parts are unused and brand new.
And when I thought we couldn't hit any more lows, oh, God.
Nice tag teamwork there.
Oh boy. Stop tagging Black Arachnia already. Or maybe that's tapping.
What's the penis on you?
Sensing a greater evil. Then here comes the spark.
Da-da-da-da.
Floating in the dark.
It's a takeoff. The song comes the sun.
I was going there.
Yeah.
That song predates Steve, I'm afraid. So.
Yes, I'm blatantly ignorant.
I say it's all right.
Well, everybody should get this next reference. Plow it and he will come.
Oh, I remember this.
That's just wrong.
What?
You're trying to weasel in another semen joke, aren't you?
No.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like to me.
No, because they're plowing the
Innuendo 101.
No, they're plowing the orchard in the by the where the orchard used to be.
Yeah, Rat Trap would love to plow Botanica's Field of Dreams.
And speaking of which, the seeds of the lust lie buried in the botanical gardens.
Oh, man.
Or like the magical quote, what would you rather be doing, sticking your tail into a computer circuit? Hey, it beats the heck out of plowing your field of dreams.
Once again, he would love to plow her Field of Dreams.
Well, in the end he would.
I know she... Wow.
We are just hitting the ground running now.
This and up.
At a sprint.
Yeah, come over here, Botanica. I got some tweaking to do to your little afterburner.
I feel uncomfortable. I think I need a shower.
Talk about sporing the whore.
Shake, shake, pass.
Shake, shake. Oh, God. Is that a new take on Puff Puff Give?
I don't know, but it has to do with bacon bits of salad and a plant, so I don't know.
Okay.
Rat Trap's eating out tonight. Alright, we can go on.
Okay,
yeah,
so the only one that I noticed, and I never noticed it before until Steven mentioned it earlier, but I had noticed the Dino Spider, which is a combination of Dinobot and Tarantulas.
And Tiger Hawk.
Okay, well, I didn't notice that part, but
Well, it's in the face, like the helmet's more of a Dinobot-ish look. The body, with the exception of the one of the arms and the head, are tarantulas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the zombie?
Yes,
yeah.
The zombie in the junkyard.
Yeah.
And
I kind of thought that looked more like Rampage.
No. Look at the hands, look at the arms, and look at the chest. That's all tarantulas.
Hands, arms, chest, and legs are all tarantulas.
And then one of the arms is just some miscellaneous reject part from somebody.
Yeah.
And tarantulas didn't have hands.
Well,
yes, he did.
Yeah, these weird...
The transmetal.
The transmetal version.
And the face was Tiger Hawk's, and the helmet was Dinobot.
Yeah. How can you be loyal to everyone and no one? Thrust kind of went a little deep there.
No, that makes perfect sense. It's like...
No, it totally
stand for everything, then you stand for nothing.
But he was thinking beyond his Waspinator mind.
Well, and then, of course, my next note is Thrustinator is always loyal.
He's the last one.
Yeah, he's the only one of Megatron's crew to actually stay loyal to the very end.
Yep.
I wouldn't say that. I mean,
he did try and defect
he's like, he's like, no way, man, I ain't doing this anymore.
Well, yeah, but at that point, Megatron was already on the Nemesis. Megatron didn't care about Waspinator. He left them to burn.
Yeah.
Only Waspinator doesn't burn.
No, I know, but he set the valley on fire.
He's an immortal.
He didn't set it on fire. He started shooting the little hut things with the Nemesis. Anyway, that spark is a gleam in his eye.
Yeah.
And then Megadronatron Megadronatron. That's what it is.
Megadrone?
Yeah, Megadronatron.
Megadronatron.
Yep.
Megadronatron. It's like the little kids at the end of Dinosaur Train. Snuffleupagus.
I'll exterminate you vermin with my own steel hands.
Well, at least he's got a nice body now that doesn't have any stuff on it.
He's a drone dude.
What kind of puny body is this?
But
yeah.
that note, my own steel hands, that calls back to TFTM.
Ah.
I'll destroy you with my bare hands.
Yeah.
I'll rip out your optics.
Yeah.
I cannot let Optimus retain control of the sparks. If I am to succeed, the time for action is now.
Yep.
Overall, I really liked this episode, and I thought it was funny as hell when Rat Trap trapped him in the drone.
I thought it was funny as hell when Rat Trap did his Ghostbusters moment.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because of the wiki. That was the first thing I thought when I watched the episode. Was he's got his, he's
got his proton thing, yeah.
He's got his proton charger, and he's like, all right, I'm going to catch this ectoplasmic. And then he captures it, and then it's just way too strong, and it spits it back out.
Yeah.
What I thought was, furthering the Ghostbusters theme is Botanica, who's got her, I don't know what the hell they are, like lasers that shoot out of her hips.
Mm-hmm.
that was funny.
That's her pelvic thrusting powers.
Her pelvic thrusting power. She's trying to and the first thing out of my head was 1, 2, 3, roast them. As she's chasing the wild spark around with her lasers.
Go gadget pelvis.
At least they're not, jubbly. What do they call? What was that? Ghibli nozzles or she don't have guns in her boobs is what I'm saying. Yeah, I was trying to remember what Austin Powers called it.
Oh god,
jubbly something, but what it comes down to is guns in your boobs.
Yeah.
You know what I don't understand about this episode?
What?
The previous one, they saw this giant orange spark that was clearly more powerful, and Night Scream hits it with a sonic, blast. And then in this one, everybody sees the orange spark, but nobody thinks it's Megatron.
See, that's the thing, though, because Night Scream hit it with the thing with his canary cry there, and I know that's
polarized it.
And I know that's an insult to Black Canary, but like Michael just said, it depolarized it. So. I get what you're saying, Steve. I don't see why they wouldn't have known either, because it's a giant orange spark that used to talk.
I can see where they wouldn't understand it's, they would think Megatron's dead, and the fact that it doesn't have any signature, other than it's just some kind of ball of energy. However, it is the same orange spark with the same look as Megatron, so why wouldn't they think, we can't detect him, but maybe this is Megatron? It was just a dense moment for him. But
see, the other thing I think is much like what was the other episode? Home Soil. That is clearly a horror episode, where this is also somewhat of a horror episode to the point where, they've got strange things going on. They've got zombie Transformers from the past, and then they see the little ball of light. But I don't know. I'm reaching here, I guess.
I
totally should have called it, though.
I did like how they had the horribly kit-bashed character, though, for the junkyard scene.
Yeah.
That with Black Arachnia and Silverbolt there, and in one of the moments when Black Arachnia shocks it, you will see in the clip Depth Charge's head in the junkyard pile.
Yeah.
I was looking for that. I didn't see it.
I did see it. It's right when the body, before she makes the thing explode in the fireball.
Yeah.
Silverbolt gets blasted over, and she's walking, getting ready to shoot her green energy.
Yeah.
And right between her legs on the ground, you see Depth Charge's head.
Yeah, I was looking for it. I just couldn't spot it.
Charged spider pants.
It was in the first 7 minutes. I think it was around the 5 minute somewhere mark, like 5 minute 15 seconds into the episode.
See, I didn't see that, but I did see where she ripped a power converter out of Ratchet's chest. And I had to pause it and look, but it's clearly Ratchet.
He's dead, Jim.
He's gray, which is awesome. Because, when Transformers die, they turn
gray.
Yeah.
Even Dinobot did.
Yeah.
Yep.
So no, I like that. That was a nice touch, but it took me a second because it's like, wait a minute, he's upside down and his head's kind of obscured a little bit because it's in garbage and he's gray, but it's clearly Ratchet.
But Soundwave always stays the same.
Exactly. All 50 of them.
Yes. What else you got, Steve?
I think it's funny how Thrust makes the comment about the Maximal looking for turncoats every time Megatron's gone.
That's true.
I mean, it's funny, and he's like, "You'll see," and then of course they're like, "Yeah, go away." but yeah, I still love the fact that despite all the many trashed bodies Megatron took, he still took down most of the Maximals by himself. Even in his shit bodies that he got stuck in. Even in his diagnostic drone, he took down the Maximals.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For the moment, anyway. And then they, of course, Obsidian and Strika took Megatron.
Yep.
We're like, okay, time to bail. We found the boss. He's a little drunk, and he got mistaken identity, and he's stuck in the wrong body, but... yeah, we're going to take him to fight another day.
I kind of like how they looked back and forth kind of at each other, and then over at Optimus, and then over at Megatron, and went, all right, fine. Just kind of scooped him up like a football. Took off.
And he's like, no.
Yeah, like he's going to take them all on right there.
That's what he wants to do.
Yeah, I don't think he was ready at that moment.
No, he wasn't.
I think it's also funny, though, that Singularity Abyss song that was in the Transformers Legends book.
Yeah.
That Bob Skier wrote actually takes place during this episode when Megatron's spark is jumping body to body.
We'll get to that once we get to the commentary notes for the other episode. I mean, it's nice that you remember it, but we'll get to that.
But yeah, that's pretty kick-ass in itself. But Megatron seems to have this magical phrase which keeps popping up through Beast Machines, and it is, "I will brook no failure, not from anyone, not for any reason." And he gets all like pissy every time he says it. Has to throw some kind of a tantrum, even though without a beast form, there technically shouldn't be that big of a temper problem.
Yep.
Because I thought that was the whole reason for eliminating the beast form, but apparently it's infected his spark to the point that he's still blinded by anger.
Well, it goes back to what Optimus said back at the very beginning of Beast Machines when we first met up with Megatron again. Deep down, Megatron likes being beastly.
Beastie.
It's just his personality. Well, what I like is that now that he's out of, well, I don't want to say, yeah, now that he's out of the commander body and the big giant head, he's starting to revert more toward his Beast Force personality.
Kinda, but he's still very dark.
You really see it by the end of the season.
Well, yeah, I mean, in appearance, and again, we'll get to that because we don't want to spoil an optimal situation.
Yeah,
well,
yes,
and Megatron prefers his ironies.
Yeah, well, like I said, not even just the way he looks, but the way he sounds. His personality is more like we were used to.
Well, it seems like he's gone from that old soul at the beginning of the Beast Machine saga and gotten reinvigorated with his plans because of his determination to destroy the Maximals.
Yeah,
yeah.
So it's kind of made him feel younger again, in a sense.
I'll buy that.
Where's a fountain of youth when you really need it?
It's in my spark chamber.
But you got to think, these are beings that are going to live for millennia. You know,
Sure.
It doesn't help to get old, within a season.
Yeah, but when he absorbs all the sparks, he's going to get old.
Yeah.
He's going to be all crotchety like Cup. I can tell you 1,000 stories.
What else you got, Steve?
I think that's it for me for this one, but I really do like this episode.
Yeah, I do too. What about you, Michael?
Basically that you can't kill Megatron. No
Nope.
matter how many times you think he's dead, he's gonna come back.
He's invincible.
Like a cockroach. It's just
You can crush it, but you can't kill it.
yeah. It's like what's the difference between a baby dolphin and Megatron? And if you had 1,000 baby dolphins under your sink, you'd feel bad if you killed them. But, anyway, so zombie transformers.
Oh yeah.
We got about 3 or 4 of them in this episode, and I mean we talked about it earlier, but it's like no one seems to realize that red spark that keeps popping out of him is Megatron. It's like, how could you not realize that? And it's pretty obvious to me, pretty obvious to us, right? But I guess that's just how it goes. Then later on, they're infiltrating the big giant head, and there's something attacking Cheetor. It's not a diagnostic drone. It's just like this little circle, like a ball.
Right. That was before. That was before
Megatron Chia-Pet.
Yeah, that was before Rat Trap repolarized him. He was still going from thing to thing. That was Megatron. Spark.
Yeah, I know, but what was it though? I mean,
I don't know.
it's like I don't want to say a sentry, but it looked like a little orb.
Yeah, it was.
I was waiting for like a big spike to stick out of it. Phantasm. Yeah, and Obsidian and Striker changing sides, and then changing sides again.
Traitors.
I know, they're double traitors.
Technically, they're triple traitors.
They're triple traitors.
But they don't triple change.
No, but they're triple traitors because originally they were supposedly the greatest Cybertronian generals ever on the Maximal side. Then they went to the Viacons or Predacons or whatever the fuck you want to call them now. Then they went back to the Maximal side, and then when they went back to the Viac, so they're actually quadruple traitors.
Quadruple traitors.
4 times the traitorousness.
That's.
I don't even think traitorousness is a word. I just made that up. If Michael can put LY under everything, I can make up traitorousness.
The traitorousness, right? Actually, I think that the term you're looking for is treasonousness.
No, traitorous.
I think it's pansy.
Pansy.
A giant pansy.
We're looking for traitorousness. Treasonousness. Or treasonous. They are 4 times as treasonous, would be the word.
Yeah. Okay. What else we got?
That's about it. I didn't get a whole lot out of this episode. It's basically like, oh, zombie transformers, and there's this red spark that's clearly Megatron, and hey, let's be friends, and hey, let's not be friends, and then it's over. Not like I said, well, maybe there's a lot going on here. It's just I didn't like the episode. I don't know. I was listening to the last Beast Unleashed episode that we recorded last week. I was listening to it today, and you guys had mentioned, the Spark of Darkness, that's a really funny episode. And, afterwards I was like, or today after listening to it and watching this, looking through the notes and thinking, I don't think this was all that funny. I mean, there was a funny moment with Rat Trap and Botanica, where Rat Trap and Botanica get paired up again. And he tries to get his bicker on, but she doesn't banter like Dinobot. There's no banter here.
Nope, she kissed him instead.
Yeah, he gets smooches, and Dinobot doesn't give smooches, so he's unused to this response.
Well,
but he wanted to.
When I was referencing Spark of Darkness last week in TVU 27, I was meaning the funny part is Megatron being the diagnostic drone. That's hilarious.
So now he's indestructible and tiny.
That's tiny. Yeah.
He's a toy soldier.
How does that go? Immense cosmic powers, itty bitty living space.
Yep.
Can't even pronounce it.
It's oh crap, what is it now? Oh god, I said
it. Cosmic powers.
Yeah. Phenomenal cosmic powers. Itty bitty living space.
Yeah. Well, Robin Williams, I ain't, so.
So I think we are going to move on.
So long as Optimus Prime possesses the sparks, I cannot complete my objective. Prepare an all-out attack. I must reacquire my base. Immediately.
At once, my lord.
I need a stronger body. But there's no time to design an entirely new one. I require a template. Yes. And what could be more appropriate?
Think any survived?
From that, doubtful.
Your orders, Lord Megatron.
I can sense Primal's wretched spark. My enemies yet live. Capture the spark containment unit and destroy every Maximal.
At once, my lord.
What is the status of my new body? Excellent. The end is near, Optimus Primal. Yes. Oh, Optimus Primal. It all comes down to you and me. Or should I say, you and you.
Megatron? In my old body?
Minus the impediment of the beast mode, of course.
But why?
Victory is most delicious when seasoned with irony, is it not?
You're not getting these sparks.
They're mine already, and when I at last take yours, my collection will be complete. And speaking of my collection, here are some old acquaintances.
No.
Today, Cybertron Fox. Tomorrow, the entire Matrix. I alone will rule all Transformers past, present, and future.
Not while I'm still standing, Megatron.
My sentiments exactly.
And now comes the final story in Beast Machines, Endgame. We're going to start with Part 1, The Downward Spiral. Banding together inside Megatron's floating fortress, the Maximals must protect the Sparks from the desperate despot. Wow. Wow, right.
That's all, folks.
Stop fucking interrupting me, you asshats. Wow, Rhino, really? Tongue twisters? We're coming to the end and you insert tongue twisters. Great.
God, we interrupted your Rhino rants.
That's right.
Interrupting donkey.
Let's talk about the subtitle, shall we? Oh, hi, Trent Reznor. Oh, God. The Downward Spiral is the title of a Nine Inch Nails album.
Oh, I thought it was Fuck You Like an Animal. Sorry.
No, that's the song Closer.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Endgame, Part 1, Fuck You Like an Animal.
Yes, and what could be more appropriate? Oh noes, and that's in reference to his computer scanning. What?
Oh noes.
That's right. Oh noes.
That's your first point.
That's because that's when he's searching for a new body, because I knew as soon as he said yes, I knew exactly what he was going for, and we'll get to that here in a bit. Oh, Christ.
See, now, I didn't know what he was going for.
I did when I saw the schematic.
I did.
I didn't. Now, after I saw it once already, I knew, but, when I first saw it, I was like, I have no idea what he's going for here. But then again, I wasn't familiar with Beast Wars at all.
Right. When they're when they're aboard the ship and they're getting attacked and the shields are failing them, it would have been so awesome if Cheetor had said, the shields are doing a major fade. To call back to the very first episode of Beast Wars. That would have been so awesome.
What I've noticed is that, again, it looks like the writers have actually gone back and watched the first couple of seasons of Beast Wars. Mm-hmm. And the characters are starting to return to their original,
they're starting to feel more reminiscent of their actual Beast personality.
Exactly. Well, yeah, exactly. From the Beast Wars personality. And that's a good thing, but still too little too late.
Right. Mr. Megatron, sir, I'm over here. I'm sorry. I know everyone hates Night Scream, but I'm sorry. That line was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that is kind of a funny line to have someone, pop out with.
They're blasting right through our shields. That's impossible. Rat Trap, what did you do? I did what I had to. I like that Rat Trap's character has gotten a ton of development, and he's sticking up for the choices he's making.
He's kind of feeling like his season 1, shove it out your exhaust port, I'm doing what I want.
Right, but it's not. But see, that's the thing, though.
But it's not selfless.
That's the thing.
To help his comrades, whereas Primal's so freaking blinded.
Yeah.
Well, I had thought that it was just really dumb. It's like, that was really dumb. And even he's like, what have I done? I'm so dumb. But, love makes you do stupid things. Now, how he's in love with this plant lady, after one kiss is beyond me. But, love makes you do silly things.
I'm trying to figure out how to word this next note, because I know Michael's going to get it as soon as I say the name here. Spark Containment Unit, or SCOO. Is it ska or SCOO? I can't decide. Oh, Perry the Platypus, help me out here.
I'm not sure how to spell it. I don't understand.
Oh God, I never, I've seen this series, I've seen these final 3 episodes enough times, and of course, I've just, late last year, I just started watching Phineas and Ferb, and I cannot believe I picked up on that. Oh God, that's so funny.
I love that. It's my Boat!
or boat, as I'm told it's called now. There's I don't know which episode it is, but since that, and we're getting off track here, but since the Boat episode, he's now been informed that it's a boat.
Yeah.
And as the Matrix as my witness, Megatron will not get those sparks. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Yes, I will.
Thank you, Scarlett O'Hara.
Okay then. All right. So what do you got, Steve?
In your face. I like how Megatron's already planning for his final showdown with Primal. In more ways than one. As will be apparent in the next episode.
Yes.
I like that Rat Trap finally grew some balls. And And that he gets to have his own, girlfriend. He turned from like this wannabe playboy guy from season 2, telling Silverbolt, "Yeah, we're gonna go to this little club," and and then now he's got himself a girlfriend who's a plant, and he has to save her, kind of like Silverbolt. So he's kind of taking on that role a little bit without being as corny. But nevertheless, the Maximals end up screwed because you have an onslaught of Megatron's troops up the ass, blowing away the shields on the Grand Mall, and which is kind of dumb because obviously Megatron built the motherfucker. He's gonna know how to take it down.
Well, it wasn't just that; it was the fact that he gave away the shield frequency.
Oh yeah, he did it on purpose.
Yeah, no, I mean,
he set him up to fail from the start.
Well, no, he had to get Botanica out of the ship and outside, or at least outside of the shields. And in order to do that, he put a little shield nullifier or whatever on her pod or escape pod, so she escapes the shields. But does she take the nullifier off and take it with her, or does she just leave it behind for Megatron to find? I mean, that was just. So there should have been some planning there. I mean,
yeah, he didn't leave special instructions for her.
Oh yeah, by the way, the little chip here with the shield, the frequency on it, make sure you destroy that when you land.
Stupid.
Stupid. You are so dumb, for real.
Don't you ever get tired of losing?
Losers. He's got his little diagnostic drone pinchers and like an L in front of his head. Loser.
That would have been awesome to see that.
Losers.
That's right.
Yes, but so yeah, that was kind of lame how they didn't think of that. And the other thing is, with all the dormant bodies laying around Cybertron, Beast or not, why wouldn't they just release the sparks? It'd be that much more trouble for Megatron to get them.
You know what I thought was a brilliant idea that isn't really addressed is that they're being attacked by an army of drones who have no sparks. What would be the problem of releasing just enough sparks to inhabit all of the attacking drones?
They might be Decepticon.
Well, they would turn the drone army against them.
Yes.
I mean, clearly...
They wouldn't know what a Viacon is.
Yeah, I mean, you may end up with... let's say you've got...
Generation 1 Megatron.
You get... Well, let's just say, just for sake of argument, 25% Predacons, 25% Maximals, 25% Autobot, and 25% Decepticons. And, you can fudge the numbers there however you want to chop up the pie, but, you release a certain subset of that randomly out, and they each one, inhabits a drone, and next thing you know, you've got, I don't know what, a little civil war going on around your ship. I mean, at least at that point, they're not attacking you. They might be, attacking each other or conversely attacking Megatron, but they're not being a drain on your shields anymore.
He said the drone army. The only thing I thought of was, it's time for Order 66.
Attack of the Drones.
The Drone Wars.
Where's Yoda?
Yeah. I think we killed Yoda. Yoda got a lightsaber through his ears.
Well,
Stabbed in the face, you will.
Took you a couple tries there.
Yeah, it needs a little bit of refining.
Yeah, well, not only that I've been doing, I've learned how to do Rhinox and several other Beast Wars related characters over the last few days, so I haven't exactly been practicing my Yoda.
You got till November 11th to perfect it.
What, my Yoda?
Yeah.
Why?
November 11th is the prequel record for episode 75 of MWire. Anyways, what else you got for what are we? Endgame Part 1? Third, yeah.
Other than Primal being a retard, not evening the odds. Not really that much. I don't really. I mean, the episode's starting to get the more Beast Wars feel to it. The more it goes on now, but I don't really care for this particular episode. It's just too much of a let's sit in base and get attacked.
Yeah. What about you, Michael?
Pretty much the same thing. I didn't have a whole lot to say about this one.
Okay.
The one thing I did like is the damage model to the giant floating head. Is once they beat the snot out of it, it loses propulsion and starts to crash, and it smashes into everything and takes out half the city, and it just looks really cool while it does it.
Giant pinball.
Yeah, well, I mean, the fact that we haven't seen much in the way of damage models in anything. I mean, everyone's getting shot at and beat up, and even the diagnostic drones get flame broiled a couple of times, but they don't show off the damage models like they used to in Beast Wars.
That is very true.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to see someone get their arm ripped off once or twice.
Yeah, I could live with that.
Yeah, I mean, considering the fact that they're always getting shot up, and there's this particular effect. It's like someone gets shot, and then the entire screen is replaced with this fire. It's the same. The liquid plasma fire type of thing effect that kind of goes from the bottom right hand of the screen up until the top left hand of the screen, and they use it every time. Every time someone gets shot, it's with this fire, and it gets old really quick. I mean, they have to have used it like 20 times in these last couple of episodes.
Yeah. So is that it for part 1?
I had a bullet point here that said, "I'm not dead," but I don't remember what it refers to. I'm not dead. I feel happy.
I feel fine.
I just don't remember where it comes from. I'm not sure where that. Somebody must have been almost dead, or maybe it was after the big giant head crashed and everyone was kind of crawling out of the wreckage. But yeah, that's what I got here.
So,
that's it.
Moving on to part 2, when legends fall. Horribly outnumbered, the Maximals make their final stand in a desperate attempt to protect the Sparks. Dun dun dun. And do we want to start off with notes and then do my commentary notes at the end, or do we want to get the commentary stuff out of the way first? Because I've got it listed first.
Do the commentary.
Okay. Now this is just stuff that I've written down that actually came out of Skier's mouth on the commentary. It was a novel or religious novel for TV, 26 chapters, full story. Fox and Hasbro wanted a very different Transformers cartoon. They wanted it spiritual. Because of a very strict continuity, they had a very small group of writers. No matter what people say against Beast Machines, according to Skier, it is a direct sequel to Beast Wars. Fox wanted a fresh look on Transformers. The whole nature versus technology, it's really about the relationship between nature and technology. Optimus ultimately learns this, Megatron never learns. And this is what I was going back to earlier, in earlier episodes of TBU, that Michael and I argued over the fact that Optimus knew it was balanced or didn't really get it was balanced. The whole thing throughout this entire series, he is the hero, but he is misguided, is what Bob said in the commentary. In an early draft, I
said,
Yeah. In an early draft of the script, when Optimus goes to the Sparks, they originally say no, they won't help him, and that Megatron is right. And he said that would not work for the way that the show was supposed to end. It would not work if the Sparks said no.
Blow it out your exhaust port, Optimal.
Shut up, depth charge. Go eat some fish pants.
X is down there.
Oh God, that's good voicing, but wow, that's a horrible reference. X is in my pants. Oh my God.
I didn't even use that. I just wanted to say X is down there.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking that way until you said it.
According to
my pants are full.
According
X
to
is down there.
Yeah. According to Skewer, Optimus really should feel very, very guilty because they did fumble the ball on the 3-yard line with Beast Wars. When they get back to Cybertron, and I've said this before too, Megatron is in charge. They failed. He should have all this self-doubt and all this guilt built up. Whether people, fans, or whoever disagree with that, that's how it should be. That's how he should have been written. And that's how Fox wanted him written, apparently.
Well, he does feel that way, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just, a big ball of angst the whole time.
And another note Bob brought up in the commentary about the Sparks. If the Sparks said no, they wouldn't be worth saving. So, no, seriously, if they said no to Optimus, if they went with the earlier draft and they said no, they agree with Megatron, they wouldn't be worth saving, so they couldn't have that in an episode.
Because Primal would be like, fine then, stay in the containment unit, see if I care.
Stay in the SCU.
Well, I mean, maybe they wanted to all be absorbed. Because that's like the goal, right? Till all are one.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, this is the easiest way to all become one. Let's do it.
They'll all be one in my pants.
Oh, my God. Oh, God.
A party in my pants, and you're all invited.
You're all welcome to join me.
Now we've
Come on down.
I'm rigging up the hot tub, even as we speak.
Now we've all...
Viacom generals will stay separate, though.
Shut up.
Kind of.
Kind of. We've all talked about in the past how we like how the characters evolve and change bodies from Beast Wars to now. And how in Beast Machines between Season 1 and 2, they never really changed bodies. Right. Well, according to Skewer, Hasbro wanted the characters to evolve more and have the sparks visible inside the heroes. That's why we have those visible sparks, red sparks, blue sparks, yellow sparks.
Especially glow in the darkness.
Yeah.
I was going to bring that up in the last episode, basically because, they all get see-through chests.
Yeah.
And yet they never made a separate toy out of that.
That would have been awesome, though.
No, it probably would have sucked.
Sucked balls.
Giant hate. Well, no, I think the thing is that the, that basically would have been the same toy they already had, except with a see-through window that lit up, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I mean, salty balls.
There was... They had early drafts of the death scenes of the Maximals, where they all die separate deaths, and it had to be modified because Hasbro wanted the sparks in the chest at the last moment. Because at this point, everything had already been written and voiced and everything. Everything was done, and Hasbro came to them and said, hey, can you write this in? And Skewer told them that the closest they could get to it is the 25th episode, which is the penultimate episode of the series. Because it pretty much gives you everything. It ties everything up in this episode here.
Right.
Now, Michael has always complained about the animation and all this and everything else. According to Skewer, it's stylized animation, and it equals very good versus the photorealistic animation, which photorealistic cartoon series most definitely have less of a shelf life, according to Skewer, than stylized animation, which Beast Machines is. And also, Mr. Skewer doesn't like the Megatron mod house coat design, because we do see the previous Beast Machines Megatron design.
Oh, what did that look like?
The Megatron coat thing, the cloak, The very first Beast Machines design of Megatron.
He didn't like it?
Yeah, he says he doesn't like it.
We don't condone those here.
Because it comes up in the episode. There's one scene where you see the original Beast Machines Megatron in this episode, and I'll get to that a little bit later.
Well, I thought that was... that did happen in this episode where he's got his old body back.
Right.
But then,
Silverbolt is one of Bob's favorite characters and loved his ultimate heroism from Beast Wars, so they brought him back dark, basically kind of like Batman in Miller's Dark Knight Returns. That's what Bob said in the commentary. Silverbolt is technically the ultimate White Knight in Beast Wars. They wanted to bring him back dark and brooding and all this stuff.
Alrighty. I mean, that's essentially what they did. Sure.
Rat Trap and Botanica kissing wasn't planned. He said that the characters just kind of got their own life and it just came out of this argument of the scene. It just kind of worked, but it wasn't actually written into the script that they kissed.
The animators just took it upon themselves.
Reflections. In this episode, which is the 25th episode here that we're going to be talking about, Optimus and Megatron are the only ones left alive on Cybertron, whereas in the first episode of Season 2, all of the other characters were alive and Optimus and Megatron were dead.
Okay. How ironic. Yes.
And that's the commentary in a nutshell. I mean, outside of him and Stephen Melching kind of talking about the writing and all that stuff, that's pretty much that's all the major notes from this commentary on this episode. Really quick for my notes, this was the episode where I noticed the Grand Mall battle damage, and it looked really cool.
I think this is pretty much the only battle damage we've really had that has actually stood out besides the Spark of Darkness, where you see a bunch of, tattered remains of Viacon drones.
Right.
I've seen, dirt.
Other than dirt, actual.
That's not really damage. Yeah, that's not really damage.
Yeah, that's not.
It's just a slight recolor. That's like putting, mud on them, like Dinobot did.
No, it could look exactly.
He looks like a frog to the scanners.
Well, what I thought, though, is, with the other damage models, it's almost like they blocked the light source in the scene so that it kind of showed up dark on the character. To me, it didn't look like a damage model. It didn't look like dirt. It just looked like there wasn't any light on them in that particular part, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. The new drone, and this is not Megatron drone, this is his new... The new drones, they don't seem to have a voice at all.
It does talk.
See, at first when I took that note, it didn't talk. Because the first thing that Megatron asks the new drone is, how is my new body coming? And the drone just kind of points to the schematic. It doesn't actually say anything until later.
Yeah.
Grand Mall Digivolve.
Into champions.
I like that it was like a huge digital rendering, like the size of the Grand Mall.
Oh, I know what. No. I know what it was. The green screen. That's what it is. The green version of the Grand Mall. That's why I said Digivolve, because it's a digital rendering of the Grand Mall, and it's all green lines.
Yeah, it appeared and started talking.
Right, yeah. I couldn't remember why the hell I wrote that down.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, there's the Grand Mall, and then right in front of it is this giant green line Grand Mall that's talking to them.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, well, that's kind of neat.
When the mole drones attack the orchard and Botanica feels it, why am I thinking of Phenomenon when George Malley felt the boy's pain in the apple orchard? And if you haven't seen Phenomenon with John Travolta, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
I've seen it, I just don't remember that.
There's a scene, and I know I'm getting off topic here, but there's a scene in Phenomenon where George had already got hit by this little light thing whatever it was. And he's got all these like telekinetic powers and everything else.
Yeah, aliens visited him.
Right. The aliens visited him. Maybe it was Sigourney Weaver. So they have this Portuguese family come in, and the grandfather is super sick. It's food poisoning or whatever else. And they said that there's a boy, Roberto, and they said that he's in the apple orchard out behind the house. George can feel the boy's pain. And that's why I'm referencing it here, because Botanica could feel the plant's pain. From the mole drones killing them.
She's kind of like a dryad. And she can, I'm the dryad, I speak for the trees.
No.
It's a Lorax, I know, but
I know.
You know what a dryad is, right?
You said something about the trees. The only thing I can think of is like I think it was the very first season of South Park. Cartman goes, "Knock off all this tree hugging hippie crap."
Yeah.
Oh God.
Damn hippies.
The epic music sequence. Oh, this is why I'm so glad that they dialed every sound effect and the voice acting back just to have the music sequence with the Sparks stuff, because this is exactly why we need a Beast Machine soundtrack with just the music, because the music is just, I know I've said it before, but this music was just so epic and so awesome because it was nothing but music.
A lot of Beast Machines has some pretty epic music.
Oh, it does. No, oh yeah. So
it just
much
gets really good towards the end.
On Rat Trap's final montage pose thing, it looks like he's in Dragon Ball Z, because he's like screaming. He's kind of like got this really weird pose where his jaw is like all the way to the floor.
Oh, I know. It's kind of a weird look.
Yeah.
I didn't like any of those.
Why did they go into breast implants?
Well,
for breast formers. Boobs for everyone.
Wow. I just wasn't happy with that. Yeah.
Basically, that's... And these Sparks, all they did was power them up.
Yeah.
It didn't really give them any, like, actual help. I mean, it helped them, but
pinball mode.
Not really.
Turn them all into giant pinballs.
Yes. We can play live-action pinball. Come join us for the debut episode.
I'm a pinball.
Yay!
We see Megatron's old Beast Machine's cloaked self.
Yeah, that was confusing, because it's like, at first he's a drone, and then he's in housecoat mode, and then he, and it makes me wonder, it's like, what's under the cloak? Is this just a, I don't know, like a flashback scene? Or is he really under the command cloak? What the heck's going on? And then he takes on a completely other new form, which we won't go into right now.
Yeah, hold on.
Waiting for the big...
Hold on. Since you're asking what's under all that cloak, maybe all that hardware is for making coleslaw.
Coleslaw. Cold slag.
No, not cold slag. Coleslaw. That's what Michelangelo said in TMNT 1 about Shredder.
Oh, yeah. We're back to TMNT. Okay, yeah.
Well, I did. Whatever.
I keep missing the TMNT references.
Yes, you do.
I feel a little bad about it, but not very bad.
Let me show you how we deal with traitors, Jetstorm. My name is Silverbolt, damn it.
He just taunts him. Jetstorm.
And then another thing, we really gotta figure out a way to get in touch with Jim Burns, because yikes, Mr. Burns, the thrust voice saying "Here, kitty, kitty" to Cheetor is just creepy.
I like that.
I like it, but it's creepy.
Come here, you little pussy.
Oh, God. I can't believe he just said that.
And TFG1 Mike gags. Those your testicles you just coughed up? Yes, they were.
No. And then...
Proceed.
Optimal Megatron? What the fuck? Goddamn thief?
That was cool.
It's cool, but it's... and of course there's a reason why he did that, and we'll get to that here in a little bit later. And of course, now, Optimus Primal, it's your turn. And that's how the episode ends. For me, anyway, that's how the episode ended. What do you got, Steve?
Alrighty. Well, I like... I think getting the little sparks in their chest was kind of a lame move. I don't know, that was just some stupid gimmick. I would have preferred that they all got brand new toys towards the end of the series.
Yeah.
Over getting, we have magical, floaty, glowy balls in our chest.
That makes us do ninja poses.
Yes, it makes us do Super Pinball, Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway,
it just looks so dumb. I'm like, why is he making that face? And now he's making another face. And why is he... that looks lame. Why is he doing that?
But that was also around the time that anime was hitting America at full force, so they were capitalizing on that.
Okay.
I think. That's the only thing I can think of. But, Primal's like, speak to me, almighty Oracle, one final time. And the Oracle's like, you already have the wisdom, along with the strength.
Isn't that what he told him last time? And he was lying.
It's like, there is no more to teach you. It's not like Yoda saying, if I teach you, will you learn? No, Primal's like, will you teach me? And they're like, you know too much.
Well, how many times has the Oracle lied to him yet?
No, really.
He should stop and say, are you lying to me this time?
The Oracle will sit there and say, answer this quiz correctly, and if you are right, I will give you the answers you seek. Megatron has the answer.
Megatron is the answer.
I don't know. But it was just retarded. And it was nice to see them get the upper hand, even if it was for a little bit, as they slowly got taken down one by one, till the very end. And I like where Cheetor decided to confront all three generals at the same time.
Yeah.
And the only one with a freaking brain was Thrust during the scene, because Cheetor activates the anti-gravity generators. And Thrust looks up and is like, oh, hell no. And he, floors it out of there. And the other two just look. They're like, oh. And then they get, flushed like a vacuum tube, like when Dinobot flushed Terrorsaur in Season 1 of Beast Wars. We're floating in orbit. We're the new satellites. Hi, how's it going? We're the welcome party.
We're Moonbase 1 and Moonbase 2.
We're the satellites of Stupid and Stupid.
They had a Team Rocket moment.
Blasting off again!
Dang.
But and then, of course, Thrust ends up with his spark extracted as well. And Cheetor looks up and he's like, Big Bot? Now, if they couldn't remember much of the Beast Wars, how the hell would he remember that damn body? I could see Primal still remembering it, but Cheetor would be like, oh, it's Big Bot, hi. And then, Megatron pops him in the face. It's just, I don't know, it's just stupid. But it was weird.
Cool, though.
It was cool to see that throwback, but it was just kind of stupid, just kind of contradicting previous continuity. But it was nice to see Megatron step out as Optimal Megatron. Like, don't you like my new bod? Showing it off.
Yeah.
But the new body was definitely cool. Just Megatron alone is just a badass.
Since we're talking about Megatron, there are several different views of his head. However, his head has dragon bits.
His head still is his original head, it just fits inside.
I know, but if you look right under where... Because I'm looking at the DVD cover, because it's the only picture I have of reference at this point. If you look at his head, his inner cheeks next to his mouth is part of the dragon head, and sticking out from the helmet of Optimus is the dragon horns from his dragon head, his red dragon head, his robot red dragon head.
Yeah, that was still there in the original Beast Machine's cloaked form.
Oh, see, I never noticed that before because of the whole face mask thing. So
yeah, but it was under there. You just had to catch it in the scenes where he got pissed off and went back to beast mode and transformed. But it was
I thought they'd gone back to the Beast Wars Megatron.
They did.
Face, at least.
Right, the face is Beast Wars Megatron face, but...
Yeah.
Well, but it's the Beast Machine Season 1 face.
Yeah, he still has the scar across the side.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it was funny having him come back and say, yes! And then, of course, having the Beast... Or the Beast Wars body minus the Beast form, but yes.
Yeah, technically Megatron's a triple changer, whereas Optimus was a quadruple changer.
Yes. So Megatron's like, I don't need that mode, it's useless to me. It's dead to me. It would be funny if he did try and if he started walking and then all of a sudden he scratched his armpit. just for the sake of it. It would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Megatron's like, I've always admired you, so I became you. Goodbye, Optimus Primal. I don't know, that's all I got on this one. I'm ready for the next episode because that's quite possibly my favorite of Season 2.
Okay, Michael, what do you got?
Just a few things. I like the Silver Bolt starting to get mushy again. Even though, they haven't fulfilled their mission. And, you can't possibly love him because he's done such horrible things. And he's emo. But he's still going to be, he's becoming mushy. And that, along with Megatron and his personality shift, and again, makes me think that the writers are starting to read more into Beast Wars. Too little, too late, but, they're getting there. I like the mole ships, the little mole cars that pop up and attack the orchard.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. You destroy some of Megatron's factories, and then he comes in and napalms your garden. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I liked that factory, and I'm totally gonna fuck your garden. How you like that, apples? And I thought it was funny because they were like lawnmower moles.
Yeah, they were.
Like a lawn molar.
A lawn molar man.
Lawn molar man. That's right. Yeah, with napalm.
And silly putty.
And silly
putty.
Bad George Carlin reference, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You lost me there for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole open chest plate matrix power thing I wasn't pleased with, and just because, number one, it kind of looked dumb. Number two, Black Arachne is not supposed to be splitting the puppies. You know what I mean? You don't split the puppies. But it's kind of worthless because it just turns you into a pinball. And it doesn't even turn you into a pinball when you want to turn into a pinball because it kind of hits them all at the same time.
Yeah.
And they all get it for about 2 minutes, and then Megatron shuts it down.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's like, man, what good is it? Why bother? What else did I was complaining a bit about Megatron and his multiple bodies. You see him in his cloak using the Oracle to stop the maximal superpowers.
I think that more so has to do with the fact that that's his true form. And that's how his spark actually is, so...
How he perceives himself?
Yes.
But, so, yeah, they show... At first, it's like, well, is it a a flashback, but I don't think it's a flashback because he's actually there with the Oracle doing that thing. So
No, it is a flashback because he's already in Optimus body.
It's not a flashback because he's going in to control the Oracle at that current time.
Yeah.
But his physical body on the physical plane is Optimus body.
Yes, but that's not a flashback because that's
So it's a mental image then.
It's how he perceives himself from his spark.
Right.
That he goes in to control the Oracle. It's not his physical form, and it's not a flashback.
Right. Okay.
That's just how he wants to be presented in the astral plane.
Right.
Yeah. See, yeah. And next thing you know, he's an Optimal Optimus, but only in the shadows. You don't really see him. So I don't know. I was just like, what the hell, man? Pick one. But he was epic. I mean, Optimal Megatron is really cool, and we've mentioned it before in passing. But if they had taken an Optimal Optimus and yanked the head off and put a new Megatron head on there, I totally would have bought it.
Oh, I would have too. And then eliminated the beast form.
Well, I'm not sure if they could have done that with it, but
they could have just popped the head off the beast form.
Oh, and replace it with a big Megatron head.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah. That would have been cool. And then lastly, I was really disappointed. There was this massive visual storytelling fail.
Huh?
Well, at the end, I think that everyone lost and had their spark extracted. What we got instead was Red Trap's O-face, and a montage of grimaces. Where they're all going, it's like close-ups on their faces.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's like, I hate that. It's like if they're getting their heart ripped out of their chest, I want to see it. Show me. Yeah, maybe it was, a thing, a call from on high, where Hasbro says, all right, you're not allowed to watch them be murdered, But how many times, and I want to say almost every damn episode, how many times have they all been tied up with spark extractors, dangling in front of their chests, with their sparks half in and half out of their body? I mean, it happens damn near every other episode.
Right, yeah, that's true.
But they can't show them have their ultimate death.
Well, they can show them lying on the ground dead, which they do, and it's like, at the end of Friday the 13th, where, the last girl standing runs around the camp and finds all the dead bodies of her friends hanging from the rafters. That's essentially what happens here. Optimus Primal runs around and, oh, shit, there's dead bodies everywhere. My friends, they're all dead. And Megatron's like, yeah, I killed all your friends. How you like them? Apples. No, bastard. Yeah, I mean, I've had problems with the visual storytelling here where basically everything's told in close-up. And it's like, pull back a little bit. Show me what's going on. I don't want to see a fight scene told entirely from extreme close-up on their faces. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I mean, if you're gonna do a battle, you should at least show them actually battling, not face shots.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and I understand that. It takes more energy or cycles or whatever, computer cycles to show a full scene with everybody fighting and stuff going on all at once. But we're getting toward the end of the season here. They really should put the effort in, regardless.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but that's just me.
No, I agree. Yeah. So are we ready to move on to the final part of the three-parter?
Yeah.
I think I have one other part.
One other part? No, that's the last part is the three-parter, part 3.
Okay.
Or did you have more notes on part 2?
I had one a minute ago. I just don't remember what it is now. That is. Oh, when Megatron transferred bodies, all of the drones died.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because he was controlling them all with the drone body. Well, we don't.
Oh, that makes total sense now. It's like he's alone on the planet with Optimus in Part 3. It's like, what happened to all the drones? And they all died when he left the diagnostic drone. My other question was, what happens in Part 3 to the last 2 generals? We don't see them at all. Oh, no, they're floating around through space. Yeah.
They got
team rocketed into orbit.
That's right.
They can't make it back down from orbit?
No.
Well, I mean, Obsidian is a plane.
Obsidian might be able to, but Strika, no way. She's a roller skating 4-wheeler type of tank truck thing.
There's no gravity in space. He could have grabbed her and just propelled them both.
And then she'd burn up in the atmosphere.
Yeah. So
fire. Major.
My teepee's on fire.
TP fire bunghole.
Okay, so Endgame Part 3, Seeds of the Future. Now entirely alone, Optimus faces the most unexpected foe of all. We're going to start with commentary notes and G1 Rebirth references.
Okay.
Megatron, Megatron being noble, being the all-beast, savage noble, was an edict from Hasbro, according to Skier. Hasbro told them that they had to do that. They had to put... If Megatron was going to split his body from technological to beast, at first he had to end up in all beast.
Huh.
That's strange.
Yeah.
That's what it said. That's what Bob Skier said in the commentary.
I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying it's still strange.
And he also says, no matter what body Megatron is in, he's going to go out and kick serious ass. Megatron in weakest body as possible, leading up to the most ferocious body ever. Which obviously is the diagnostic drone to Optimal Megatron.
Right.
Giant floating head came from Hasbro. Everybody was asking Skier, Unicron? He goes, no, I didn't say that, just expect a giant floating head. What?
This is before Skier decided that it was a bad idea to communicate with the fans online.
Yeah, which his site's no longer online anymore about it, but he used to have a bunch of promotional images and a bunch of Q&A stuff from Beast Machines.
Yeah, no, all that stuff I think is mirrored on Ben Yu's site.
It probably is, but his actual, Mr. Skier's actual site is...
BobSkier.net is down.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, he took that down a long time ago because people were...
It was only about 2 years ago it went down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been up.
I thought
So
it went down after
images.
Beast Wars.
No, I was still ripping images till recent.
Huh.
All right, now, I said in the last little commentary notes that they had a very short, very small group of writers. Len Wein was one of the writers, and he never knew the surprise that Noble was Megatron. Bob never told him, because Bob told him that, when they were introducing Noble, Bob told him that, just write a backstory for this character. He's like, okay, well, where does he come from? I want to make sure I don't screw it up. Bob told him, Len, there's no way you can screw this up. Just write a backstory for Savage Noble. And at first, Bob never told him the surprise that Megatron was going to be Noble. Of course, he says in the commentary that he told him much, much later. But Len never really knew that he was writing Megatron.
Lame.
That's funny.
It's funny. And he says that, when you do that to writers, it's so they don't actually show their hand right away.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when I have to stop you guys from, telling notes that are down the line in future episodes. So,
it's like, what exactly did Darth Vader say to Luke on... the weather vane on Bespin? I don't know. I told him the pizza man's going to be here within 30 minutes, It's like nobody knew that he was his father until the voice work came back from James Earl Jones.
Pizza the Hutt's limo driver ate him to death.
Exactly. You're a delicious boss.
If you think about that, that is so wrong. Anyways,
he said, "Eat me."
Pizza Hut. Oh, God, 20 years later, I get it.
Pizza the Hut? You just now getting that now?
No, Pizza Hut.
Oh.
Because, he was a hut, but he was made out of pizza, but the restaurant is called Pizza Hut.
It's actually called the Hut now.
Okay. Anyways.
Years later.
Anyway.
We digress.
Yeah.
Getting back to the commentary notes here. Once you go into a giant floating head, you gotta crash it into the planet.
Of course. Didn't that happen already?
Well, no. They had seen, like, as Bob Skir and Stephen Melching were watching this episode, they had seen the crashed head, and that's why Bob commented on it.
Oh, yeah.
Night Scream was on BSG. That rocks, according to Bob. Because Alejandro, whatever the hell his voice actor's name is on BSG.
Yeah, he played Gaeta.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Gaeta.
Yeah.
And it was cool, too, because at the time, and I'm going to, digress or fall apart here. At the time, he was also doing voice work for Death Note, because he was L.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I mean, he was awesome in L, and it was really cool to, like, hear L and then watch BSG and be like, hey, that's the same guy. I might not have placed him as Night Scream, but definitely sounded cool as L.
Bob Skir had to fight for the group shot at the end, the Transformer shot of them coming over the hill, because that's extremely hard to animate, apparently.
All the silhouettes?
Yeah.
Oh, all the running?
Yeah.
The horrible, horrible running animation? Yeah. It's like, we can do it. It's going to look like ass, but we can do it. Oh, don't do it. Go ahead.
And then Steve mentioned earlier, Singularity Bliss is the telling of episode 23 from Megatron's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the commentary notes. Getting into my G1 references here. G1, only organic life can resist plasma energy. Beast machines. Melding technology and organics. G1, it was Vector Sigma that allowed Galvatron to get the key. All this is happening for a reason. Beast machines, they call back to the key to Vector Sigma. They even insert the plasma energy chamber. Balance and rebirthing Cybertron is the goal. G1, Spike reverts the rocket thruster and brings in the excess solar energy to reformat Cybertron to bring it back to the Golden Age. Beast machines, Optimus tells Megatron to prepare to be reformatted, and they both take a dip in the organic core, thus reformatting Cybertron into a techno-organic purple-flowered planet.
Yeah.
And silence. We can tell that Michael doesn't like the purple flowers.
It's bad enough that, you've got Mount St. Big Giant Head, but now you've got Mount St. Big Giant Head with purple flowers on it.
Yeah.
You're kind of killing me here.
Killing me, Smiles.
You're killing me. Yeah,
Hey, no Sandlot references, Steve.
It's like Mount St. Big Giant Head is possibly the coolest thing on the horizon at this point, because the rest just looks like the hills are alive with the sound of Transformers. It's just like this. It's like being stuck in the middle of Kansas, where no matter where you see, it's just like all the way to the horizon. It's just like the curve of the Earth is just a big green field. Where are the cities? This whole damn planet used to be a city.
It's under all the moss.
Oh, God, is that awful. All the metal turned into a tree. And now it's got purple flowers.
Getting into my notes about the episode here, Optimus must still fight himself. At one point, I even made a note of the fact that there's no notes really to take, because this is around like all the nonstop action of the two of them fighting back and forth. Yeah. And then normally I hate underwater sequences in any visual medium, whether it's television, movies, cartoons. I hate underwater sequences, but this one was pretty badass.
Yeah, I mean, they finally got it right.
Yep.
It looked really. I mean, it took 2 seasons, but the underwater scenes looked great. But again, I'm still aggravated that there's water on Cybertron.
I know. And that's
really cool.
That's something we can ask a certain someone that we will be interviewing this coming December, so we can ask them why that there's water on Cybertron. Megalomaniac Megatron. Ooh, maybe Incubus should sing his theme song.
Okay.
No.
Kind of at a loss there.
Incubus is a rock band. They had a hit song entitled Megalomaniac, and Optimus calls Megatron a megalomaniac.
Was it better than Fat Planet?
Anyways, survival.
No. All right, there you go then.
He goes. What do you serve, Megatron? Megalomania?
Yeah.
What do you serve, Optimus Primal? Law of the jungle? Survival of the fittest?
Oh, hi, Mr. Constructicon, sir.
Yeah, they're all
I
kind of
forget which Constructicon it was, but one of the Constructicons in TFTM said survival of the fittest.
Bone Crusher.
Okay, it was Bone Crusher. There you go. Oh, one of them green guys that turns into that other big green guy.
And then they sound really dumb as the big green
guy. Don't forget.
Not the big green guy hosting the show, but the
Hey, I'm not green. The hell?
You look like a pile of snot.
You smell like a pile of puke.
Blanchard smash.
Don't forget what the Oracle said.
Spank it before you crank it.
That's
right. Fight him. Hold on to your individual selves. Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
What I thought was strange, though, is even after they were all absorbed, they still had their individual selves.
True.
Because, I mean, they all ended up splitting off anyway and coming back to life. The whole planet came back to life, even though the majority of them had already been absorbed by Megatron.
Well, see, Megatron was the giant seed, so he was, the male, and then Primal was the female, because he planted the egg, and then they mixed together in the cesspool below, and
when two Transformers love each other a lot, they...
Well, they are bound. One can't live without the other.
One would think, yeah.
And so they both have to die.
We have to seek the balance, not only between the organic and technological, but the balance between eternal enemies, you and I.
Yeah.
No.
The great transformation awaits, Megatron. Prepare to be reformatted.
No!
A reformatted Cybertron includes purple flowers. God, how people hated that.
Well, you know what's funny? At the very, 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 very last scene, they focus in on that same purple flower that a Tankor drone ran over in the first episode.
Yep.
Completing the irony of the series.
Oh, yes.
Very ironic, don't you think?
They had...
Now, I know Michael has pointed this out before, as far as Cheetor being a visionary, but Cheetor finally gets the visions now. Because the Oracle talks to Cheetor.
And in the comics, after this, he becomes a Matrix Templar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Along with Rodimus Prime and Snarl.
Well, if you attend to the 3H comics, yeah. Those kind of died on the vine. Yeah, the whole idea. But
Dark venom of my heart. Of all the corny.
The old Silverbolt's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Waspinator returns.
Actually, no. We have to deal with a tree hugger first. So I'm a tree hugger. Deal with it. And then Waspinator never get what Waspinator want.
Waspinator want glory. Waspinator want power. And what does Waspinator get? And then he gets slapped. Waspinator never gets what Waspinator wants.
Actually, Skewer in the commentary said, it was either Skewer or Melching that said Waspinator with a thrust head, and then they actually said Thrustinator, so that's where I got that from.
Thrustinator. Yeah, I still feel bad for Waspinator because I think he deserved better.
And of course, there's this whole emotional scene of Rat Trap saying it just doesn't feel like a victory without the boss monkey, and Cheetor goes, he's with us, Rat Trap, and there's this whole tearjerker ending, and of course Optimus finally achieves his mission
of dying.
Once more.
That was his mission. He's like, I've died so many times. I'm really starting to feel like a Prime.
What do you got for this one, Steve?
I have, well, first of all, this is my favorite episode of Season 2. It was nice to start off right at the beginning with Primal and Megatron again arguing it out, and then duking it out pretty much because Megatron has to amuse himself with Optimus Primal. As
Got
he
nothing
puts
better
it.
to do. Yeah.
Yes, because of course he shoots Primal. Primal shoots back. Megatron deflects with arm and damages Spark Containment Unit. And so Megatron has to amuse himself with Primal until the drones get it repaired.
No, not the skew. Ooh, something smells nice.
Bacon.
Oh, it's not bacon. It's supposed to be the steaks.
I had to bring the bacon in. This episode needs bacon. Anyhow, yeah, so it was cool to see the water thing. They did do it a lot better than Beast Wars, so I got to give them that. I mean, I'm still not a fan of the water thing. But this also leaves me to wonder, if Megatron could go underwater with that form, why the fuck didn't Primal?
That is a very good point, and I'm not sure why he didn't either.
I mean, obviously, if Megatron could do it here, Primal pretty much didn't utilize much of his body in Beast Wars. Megatron seems to have it down much, much nicer. But then again, you're dealing with a super genius. And he's changed bodies numerous times in this season, so...
Yes.
And it was funny to see the Council Citadel split open and become Megatron's throne that he formatted into his location to drop the key right to the organic core.
Oh, yeah.
After he used Force Lightning to crack the hole on the planet. I use the power of the dark side. Yes. But, yeah, and so that was cool in itself. Then seeing Primal finally get off that last shot of organic to his master chair. And then Primal blasting off. Well, not really Primal, more so the Oracle blasting Megatron's finger, making Primal get the upper hand, pushing them into the core.
Yes.
And then it was, this also marks the only episode you see a Predacon.
Huh?
A full-blown Predacon, Waspinator. Granted, he was appearing in other episodes, but he was still a Viacon.
Oh, you mean Thrustinator?
Yes, well, he's Waspinator.
He's a wasp with a thrust head.
Yeah, that's true.
They just gave him a thrust head, which was kind of retarded, but...
I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny, too, but it was still retarded.
It was still retarded.
The funny outweighs the retardedness.
Yes, I would definitely say that. But,
there's funny haha and there's funny weird.
And before I get to my favorite quotes, I'm just going to get to this. It was retarded when they had Cheetor, getting saying all that crap from the Oracle of the Transform, Transcend, and then he said the thing about Primal, and then you see all of these shadowy figures running in from the background. There's no canned animation. This is more so just one image put over and over, kind of like the Oompa Loompas and the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
But I mean, you got to admit, as far as closing the show, as far as ending,
they closed it really well. But that part of having all these people running from the background was kind of lame because there was no form of detail. They were just shadowy figures. So we're all ghosts of our former selves. We all are still weird.
Well, it's like silhouettes, because, I mean, this is the first time you've actually seen brightness. I mean, occasionally they'll have stark white background against silhouettes to kind of, demonstrate, but this is the first time we've actually seen a bright sunny sky with blue sky, clouds. I mean, it looks like a planet with an atmosphere and not like Cybertron. But against this blue sunny sky, we see all of these silhouettes running over the hill. But we don't know if they're, traditional Transformers or, like the junkyards that have come back to life, or if these have all been reformatted along with the planet. But I mean, are they Transformers or are they, walking chickens?
No, they're Transformers. And I think with the planet reformatting and the sparks being restored through the reformation, that they are Transformers. We don't know whether they're, Autobot, Decepticon, Maximal, Predacon, Viacon, whatever. But the whole point of that crowd scene was to show that the Maximals won at the end. They freed all the sparks, and everybody's back on the planet. The planet is basically repopulated.
Right.
So, I mean...
But repopulated with what?
Transformers.
Well, techno-organic Transformers? Are they... Again, are they chickens or are they robots?
You couldn't tell that that's a robot. I mean, they're all
they're
all silhouetted,
generic silhouette figures that are running across the screen. You really couldn't tell by their shape what they were.
They're robots. They're just robots.
Okay, well, all right, they're in robot mode, but are they going to turn into a car? Or are they going to turn into a chicken? That's the question.
Super chicken.
Super chicken.
Okay, so...
Big blue chickens.
Your quote, Steve.
But anyways, it besides the Waspinator and various other things in the plant, there was like another irony of Megatron's final word being no. He started out saying yes in Beast Wars at the very beginning.
Yeah.
First episode, he has a yes in there, and then now he's got no as his last.
Yeah, again, too little, too late.
Yes, and
thanks for the fan winking, but you've already messed it up.
Yes, and I like this particular phrase from the episode.
So, Optimus Primal, it all comes down to you and me, or should I say, you and you.
Yeah. I think Megatron got more lines in this one episode than he has all season.
All series, almost, yeah.
That would be almost a fair assessment.
He talks a lot, which is nice. I mean, I enjoy Megatron as a character.
Well,
if he's done it right.
Right.
Exactly, yeah. He's always had the best lines.
Well, it's because he's the most fun.
And
you get to hear them live action.
I almost wish, and I know this can't happen now, but I almost wish that Megatron would have had the rubber ducky when Optimus drug him down into the pool of goop.
My ducky! All the way down.
I'm not ready to swim yet.
I just ate all those sparks. I have to wait an hour.
What do you got for this one, Michael? This final episode here.
The final episode. It's the last episode, and in the end, it comes down to Optimus and Megatron by themselves on a dead planet. It's just you and me now. It didn't do a whole lot for me, to be honest. I really liked watching Megatron fly around and use the optimal body to its fullest extent, but yeah, this whole episode was just kind of like, yawn. Yeah. I did like when Optimal Megatron got his arm blown off, and Optimus says, "Farewell to arms."
That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking, you should have done a barrel roll, Megatron.
That was very funny, actually.
Yeah. Oh, there is a scene where, you see the Grand Mall, and it isn't bigger than the Citadel itself. It's actually smaller than the Citadel.
Yeah, it fits on one of the corners.
Yeah. Whereas
whatever.
Unicron's head is probably bigger than the Citadel.
Yeah.
You know what? This is another debate. Much like the Great Scrappy debate that will never be won from either side, so let's just give it up.
That's because you're a liar.
That's because you refuse to admit that you're wrong.
Damn right, I'm not wrong.
No, just see, you are wrong, but you refuse to admit it. That's the problem. Anyway, Megatron, when he starts to ingest the sparks, and
he gets a little drunk.
Yeah, he kind of sucks them into his body, and he embiggens, just like he had just gotten the Matrix. Not that Sandbush would pop out with Ratbat and go, "You got the touch!"
That'd be awesome.
It would be awesome. He's got this giant throne, that he embiggens in order to sit on, and then a little trapdoor in the roof there. You've got Sandbush sticking his head out. You got the touch.
What'd be funny is if Stan came out and says, "You got the touch," and Megatron says,
"Then they better stay out of my way."
Exactly. I just liked it that he kind of grew. He absorbs all the sparks, and he kind of gets this Matrix boost. It makes him grow bigger.
He's got an engorged body.
I've been engorged. I'm fully engorged. I liked that. I thought that was very cool. And then, finally, just the whole what the fuck moment with the green Cybertron.
The purple and green Cybertron.
The soon-to-be purple Cybertron. We need flowers. Wait a minute, we didn't fuck up the planet enough. Let's put flowers on it. Yeah!
So it's purple and green. It's Devastator as Cybertron.
Well, I don't know. I was actually thinking, what would be cool is a Devastator repaint of Primus with a big Devastator head. Little flowers painted on it. I wonder what planet-sized testicles would look like.
Oh,
Base 1 and 2?
Base 1 and 2. Just swaying around. Alright. That's all I got. I hate to end it like that, but it's like, this is just shit. I'm just not happy with how this turned out. I don't know. That's pretty much it. How are you?
Overall, I think, regardless of the purple flowered organic Cybertron, overall, I think this was a nice way to end the series. It kind of gives it finality. Optimus and Megatron have gone on to a higher plane or a lower plane, whichever you prefer.
Wouldn't they have been absorbed into the planet?
Okay.
Because you kind of see Optimus's spark flying off into space, and if you believe the extended mythos there, he kind of gets absorbed by Unicron and becomes a herald. But you never really find out what happened to Megatron. Is he somewhere in the center of the planet? Scream forever, or what?
Are you talking about as far as the comics are concerned?
No, he's talking about as far as the cartoon is concerned. You never really find out what happened to Megatron.
Well, they kind of explain it in the convention and Collector Club comics.
Okay, how do they explain it?
Well, with the Trans-Tech universe, like when the Transformers Universe comics came out from the 3H and all that.
Yeah.
They resurrected Primal and Depth Charge as a part of the Autobot army, and then when Optimus was brought back, Megatron was brought back, and it was hiding basically from the point that nobody could find him, and he appeared later on in the Collectors Club comics in the Transtech, calling himself Joe.
Oh no, that was a Bee in the City.
Well, he also that's the Transtech story.
Yeah.
That's where he reappeared.
Joe Convoy. Yeah.
But there was also plans for Universe to make him into the take the Robots in Disguise body of Megatron from that, repaint it in the Beast Wars Dragon colors, and put a custom head on it.
I saw a mock-up of that. It looked awesome.
Yeah, it's on his main wiki for Megatron.
Yeah, I would have bought it.
I would have bought it too.
I would have bought the hell out of it.
Twice.
Yeah. Well, honestly, those 3H toys, they were not as good, let's say, as the Fun Pub toys.
Oh,
and
no.
And they often came, late, if they came at all. And, I'm looking at you, Hotspot, but,
You kid.
That's right. Well, you saw the Defensor, right?
Yeah.
3H had a repaint of Robots in Disguise Optimus, the fire truck, and they were going to repaint the Super Mode as Defensor. And
was that the testicle yellow colored one?
No. That was actually something put out by Hasbro. That was a Sam's Club exclusive. I've actually got one of those. It's kind of nice. But the one that the 3H had in mind was blue. It was a hotspot color, and it wasn't a combiner, but it was Optimus Prime Super Mode that they had painted up in blue and red, and they were going to call it. I don't know if they were going to call it Hotspot or Defensor, but it was very cool. In fact, getting way off topic, the Titanium line had a blue Robots in Disguise Optimus repaint that they named Hot Zone because they lost the copyright to Hotspot. But that did look cool. That's about as close as we're going to get to the 3H Defensor. But it was that's just one of those toys that they said they were going to make, and just weren't able to do it.
Yeah.
We need better Beast Machines Megatrons. Damn it.
No, they will probably never reissue that Robots in Disguise Megatron. But if they did, it would be really cool if they did it with a,
Beast Wars Megatron repaint and remold.
Yeah, the Transmetal 2.
I can almost bet that if they do bring back Beast Wars for BotCon stuff, that they might actually do that figure just because the mold is there. And it would just be a slight remold of the Beast Wars head.
Well, that's what shocks me, though, is no matter how many times they repaint the Robots in Disguise Car Brothers, the other toys don't get a lot of love. I mean, I would love to see reissues or repaints of, Rail Racer. But they just don't use those original molds anymore.
Guess not.
Well, you've got G1 Bruticus showed up as Ruination, and then Starscream and BB from G2 were repainted as I want to say Smokewind and something Jumper, Scream Jumper or something like Smokescreen and Wind Jumper. They keep renaming us. It's that stealth bomber and the little plane that attaches to it.
Yeah, that's Starscream and BB.
Yeah, so those are I think in Japan that's what they call them. They didn't call them that in America.
I don't know what they call them in America.
Yeah, but they originally came out, I want to say, for G2, and then they repainted them for Beast Wars 2 in Japan, and that's where they called them Starscream and BB. And then they've repainted them in America 3 more times after that, I think. It was Dreadwind and Smoke Jumper is what they call them. That's right.
Lame.
Yeah, well, it's not a horrible toy. It's kind of like, you know.
All right, so we're getting massively off topic here.
I know, I'm sorry, but if you look at the 20-odd repaints of G1 Bruticus, you know, that mold's getting a little old. But, you know, again, there's these really nice molds that they had for Robots in Disguise that they've just never bothered to repaint.
This is Beast Machines. This is not Robots in Disguise.
Well, I know.
We're not going into Robots in Disguise.
For that particular mold,
Robots in Disguise sucks.
That Megatron, no, the Robots in Disguise Megatron mold.
The cartoon sucks.
Well, no, it was an awesome cartoon.
The cartoon sucks. If it's not in English,
you've never even seen it.
It sucked.
You've never seen it.
Yes, I have. It sucked.
Seen what, Red?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen it.
He's so talking on his ass. He's never.
No, I'm not. I've seen it. It sucked. So anyway, we're gonna go to some quotes and then we'll come back with the outro.
How anyone can see the Skybite and say that sucked is beyond me.
We'll return to the Beast Unleashed podcast after this.
Here's quote number 1.
Forget it, bud. This time, I have the upper hand. We'll see how tough you are when I repolarize your little...
What kind of puny body is this?
I don't believe it! I was right! Gotcha!
I'm trapped! Why can't I get out?
I just repolarized your spark and bonded it to that body! Hope you like your new home.
Trapped like a rat by a rat!
Megatron, we thought you were destroyed.
Not destroyed, merely lost, and consumed by my hatred for you.
Here's quote number 2.
Greetings, Maximals. You cannot win, but there is no need for you to suffer. Surrender your sparks, and the nightmare will end.
You want our sparks, Megatron? Come and get them!
So be it.
And quote number 3.
Say farewell to arms, Megatron.
We're gonna turn Cybertron into a giant mud pit! The Beast Unleashed podcast.
Forget it, Megatron. I will not allow you to destroy Cybertron.
Destroy it? I'm recreating it! In my own image! Access the key to Vector Sigma. Say farewell to the last of the organic.
Optimus Primal.
Not so long as I'm drawing breath!
You're trying to physically harm me? How amusing. Soon your disgustingly organic body will be merged with the techno matter, while your spark remains with me. What are you doing?
Planting the seeds of the future. We must seek the balance, Megatron. Not only between the organic and the technological, but the balance between eternal enemies. Between you and I! The great transformation awaits, Megatron. Prepare to be reformatted.
What happened? What is this place?
Believe it or not, this is Cybertron. Or what used to be Cybertron.
I don't get it. I felt Megatron reaching into my Spock, and then... poof.
No, there was another voice, remember?
Optimus. What about Botanica?
Somebody call my name?
Sprouts! So I'm a tree hugger. Deal with it.
It's beautiful, but it could use a little something.
Oh, yeah. Whoa!
Transform your destiny. Transform and transcend.
I understand.
He did it. He really did it. The menace is past. At last, we can truly be together, dark venom of my heart.
Ugh, of all the corny...
Waspinator on glory, Waspinator on power, and what Waspinator get? Waspinator never get what Waspinator won!
It just doesn't feel like victory without the boss monkey.
He's with us, Rat Trap. As long as Cybertron is alive, Optimus lives on. in our hearts and our memories. As will Megatron, who also played a vital role in the grand scheme. The vision from the Oracle has come to pass. Optimus finally achieved his mission.
And now the music segment, which Mike just had to have included in the episode, but it's cool nonetheless.
Now, back to the Beast Unleashed podcast.
So, that's it.
Weird.
Yeah. I mean, we're done with all of the episode reviews. Of course, the next episode that we do is the Beast Machines recap, but that's it. We've reviewed all... between the two series, what is it, like 26, I don't know, something like 100 and something episodes.
That's nuts.
Wow. Well, if you look at Beast Wars...
26 plus 52.
52? What the hell?
52 on Beast Wars.
78?
Okay.
Far fewer than 100, and your math's a little off.
26 for Season 1, 13 for Season 2 and Season 3, plus 26 for Beast... Alright, 7... Okay, close to 100. Okay, whatever.
Are you counting on your fingers?
No,
yes, there's 26 up. Yeah.
No, I used the calculator on the computer. Thank you very much.
If it helps, you do 26 plus 13 times 4, which means 26 times 3, which means 78.
That's what I said.
Yes.
Whatever.
Dragging down a rat hole.
Oh god, this has been This has been one long, fun, strange, off the wall podcast that we've had here.
Yeah, I think people have had enough of me stuttering through podcasts.
Well, you're gonna have to stutter through another one. So,
if he agrees to it.
Oh, he better agree to it.
I don't know.
Tap that ass.
I'll be announcing my retirement in the next episode, I think.
I don't think so, considering I also have to use you on Toycast, so even if you don't do any more cartoons, you're still doing toys.
I got a lot of toys.
Not a lot of cartoons.
Not a lot of cartoons. A lot of toys.
So, I guess that's it. Thank you for joining us here on the Beast Unleashed podcast. There are several ways you can contact with us or leave feedback for the show. Visit the website, geekcastradio.com. You can comment on each post. Leave the show's feedback on iTunes. Again, I forgot. I'll check it next time. Sorry, folks. I seriously don't think we have any new reviews, though. Follow us on Twitter. The show name there is Beast Unleashed. Mine is TFG and Mike. What is your Twitter, Michael?
PecanCT Michael.
Steve?
SCP-21.
Become a fan on Facebook. Facebook.com/GeekCastRadio Network. Call the voicemail line. Tell us the show you're leaving the message for and your name. 502-526-5821. What?
I was going to say join the voicemail.
No, he better not.
I wasn't going to say that, actually.
Yes, you were. Don't lie.
I was not. I was actually going to let that slide this time.
I at least pushed him into it during MWire, so...
I'm really surprised Steve didn't mention it this time. Cause...
I almost did, but he was moving too fast. So join the voicemail.
No, don't join the voicemail.
Yes.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Beast Unleashed podcast, and wish you'll join us next time when we will be recapping Beast Machines. For now, I am TFG1 Michael with...
Michael Wilson.
And Steve Megatron Phillips.
Close the show, Megatron.
What the bloody hell do you want me to close it with? Drapes? Doors?
Your ass.
Windows? You're an asshat.
You know, you're an asshat.
You're an asshat. And this last episode, finally proved your moronic discussion against my head and Unicron.
Unicron is your daddy, bitch boy.
He's not my daddy. He's yours.
And technically, this is not the last episode. This is the second to last episode.
Penultimate episode.
Yeah, it's the penultimate episode where we finish the cartoon reviews. Now we've got to recap Beast Machines, and then we've got to do an overall Beast era recap for episode 30, which hopefully there will be a few interviews in between there.
And then I get to talk to Mr. Skill. Yes. And I will ask him why I had to wear a dress.
Wait, what dress? Oh, you mean your house coat?
Yes. I wanted to see my Beast Wolf form, and it never appeared.
At least you got your own face back.
Yes. It was my face, not Primal's. Primal's body told me, give me your face, and I put mine on.
So is that it, Megatron?
Yes, boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew. See you in, 3 weeks.
A month, actually.
Blowing out your exhaust port. Yes. As Depth Charge would say.
Yes, just to let everybody know, as of this recording, after we release this one, the next time that Beast Unleashed will be released is December 2nd and December 9th and December 12th. So there's only 2 episodes left. There won't be any Beast Unleashed content in November. We're sorry, but I have a plan.
Yes, a big plan. Where we bury the seeds of the future in your ass.